Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. This week we're headed to the heart of the Kiamichi Mountains, the self-proclaimed Bigfoot Capital of Oklahoma. And after the break, we can't escape the pool of the pulled pork. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
Before pulled pork, something I can eat breakfast for dinner. I can eat it for lunch.
Are we talking about Mama Carol's?
I was pleasantly surprised by Mama Carol's.
So I have one complaint about our own video.
What?
We do not praise the pancakes enough in that video.
We didn't go in on the and the next time we do it, somebody says, we got to try their chicken fried steak. I don't have to.
No.
I've got to try the pancakes. And somebody said, get the blueberry pancakes. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for me to ever go to Mama Carol's and order anything other than just fill me up with pancakes.
Someone said in the comments, a pancake's a pancake. No, and I'm not just saying this because I love pancakes. Not all pancakes are created equal. Someone went as far as to say, who was it? Someone went as far as to say that Cracker Barrel's pancakes were better.
No, I'm sorry. I don't agree. There's no way. There's no measurable criteria that you would be able to convince me that Cracker Barrel holds a candle to Mama Carol's pancakes.
I have never, and I'm not even a pancake snob, honestly. I'll make them at home. I mean, I'm not above that. I've had, during this, the salad days, I've had, butter and jelly on pancakes. I've had clear Griffin syrup on. And by the way, the goat of syrup isn't Aunt Jemima. It's not, what's the other one? Log Cabin or what is it? I don't know what it is. It's not Mrs. Butterworth's. The OG, the goat of all. It's Griffin's.
I was going to say that.
It's Griffin syrup. And back in the day when the freaking glass bottle of Griffin's, the syrup, you would eventually have to put it under hot water because the damn lid
would fuse to
the bottle.
Yeah.
But going back to what I was saying, I don't care what the pancake, but I will tell you right now, pancake, Mama Carol's.
Yeah.
A cake made on a pan, Mama Carol's.
Yeah. No, it was, dude,
listen,
I have no.
We've made video. People go, you guys like everything. You know what I don't like to do? Edit videos. And I don't like to edit videos of food that's not good. I've got to shit. My camera roll is full of videos where I jumped out there and was like filming everything. And I got to the food and it's like, I drove 2 hours for this.
Yeah.
If we don't like it,
it doesn't show up on the internet.
Why? Why should it?
We don't shit on businesses. But again, I'm going to, for the haters of the internet, I will say right now, we have no vested interest in Mama Carol's.
None.
I will also say that the pork chop, I did not feel. I even said it on the video.
It needed more char.
It needed more char.
And I'm 100% behind that.
So, again,
you'll never buy a pork chop again.
But I'm never passing up an opportunity to have pancakes there.
Oh, man. And the real butter that's whipped.
Oh, yeah. No, it was ridiculous.
The syrup, they brought you two to whatever you call it with the syrup. No, we didn't have any tech issues, Blair. We were doing an interview, but we had a pancake's not a pancake.
It's not.
It is in the sense that, yes, I can make it home. And when people say, they're better at my house, I guarantee at your house,
not.
Listen, what is the number one rule of pancakes? The first one's always shit. Always. Not at Mama Carol's.
Yeah, no, they were great.
If they're throwing a pancake away at Mama Carol's, somebody got fired.
Yeah.
Just saying, if you're in Chickasha, you need to be. It's that time of year when they start hanging stuff up and it gets cooler and it gets chillier. Come down, go to Mama Carol's. I don't give a shit if you order anything else. Pancakes, and get a stack because they're the size of the plate and they're this damn thick.
Your fingers got wider and wider apart.
But three of them together.
Oh yeah, no.
3 of them together, man. That's there's some husky boys, but yeah. I'll tell you what else is big. Bigfoot.
So joining us today is the executive director of the Kiamichi Mountains Christian Mission, here to talk to us about Bigfoot at the 40 Festival and Conference in Honobia on October 3rd through the 5th. Artie Carnes, welcome to the show.
Great to be with you guys. Excited.
So, Artie, just to get us started off here, how did you become involved with the Bigfoot Conference?
Well, I've been here about 12 years, and on the second year I was here, the Bigfoot Festival and Conference had come to an end because over the 18 years of its existence, it's been operated by different individuals, different families, different organizations like the Tallahassee Chamber of Commerce or Honobia Bigfoot Festival organization. And it had kind of come to an end, and a gentleman moved to town that would like to get it started back, so he approached us. It had been here held at Christ 40 Acres, which is about the only place to hold it in this area. And so it had been held here in the past, so he asked if we would consider that. And so he put together a good board from the volunteer organizations here in the Honobia area, and we got the festival started back again. I can't even remember, 7, 8 years ago, back at Christ 40 Acres, maybe longer than that.
Have you personally had any interactions with Bigfoot, just to set the stage, I guess, so to speak?
Well, I have never seen a Bigfoot. I don't have any issues that there could be a Bigfoot. I certainly don't think the Bible says there isn't one. We have seen numerous species that we found and discovered even in the last decade or two that were on the planet that nobody could document. So I have no issues with the fact that there could possibly be a Bigfoot. Now, personally, my wife and I, we have experienced the sounds, the calls, the knocking. It's coming from something. We don't know what it is. We have experienced footprints and other issues. We have never seen one per se. Now, there have been sightings of Bigfoot even right here at Christ 40 Acres. We had some folks here a few years ago. There was 5 of them. They're all adults. They went out to dinner. They had no alcohol involved, and there were no spaceships involved. They were just coming home from dinner, and there was a huge, hairy animal standing behind a big horse trailer that we had in the property. As the sun went down, it was just getting dark, and you could see the reflection of eyes about 6 inches above the top of that trailer, and that trailer was 7.5 feet tall, and 5 sober people saw it, and it scrambled away as they got closer and it got into the headlights. So we've had sightings of several people. We've had footprints on the property and down by the river. We own the property down to the river and across the river, and we've seen footprints down there. Probably the most aggressive connection we have had is that one of my partners who has helped to bring the Bigfoot Festival back and keep it going is my brother-in-law. His name is J.D. Miller. He's a gospel musician. He's a music producer. He's in advertising. He's known in all parts of the world. He's done advertising that everybody's familiar with for places like McDonald's and Burger King, and he even did Nationwide is on your side. And so he's quite well known across the world. And he comes here to Christ 40 Acres to help us with things. And boy, he loves to make fun of all the people who think there's a Bigfoot. He goes overboard making fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have a little A-frame cabin down at the end of our property that he's kind of helped to fix up. So when he's here, he stays in that A-frame cabin. Well, one morning he came in for breakfast, and he was white as a piece of paper, and he was trembling. And it was about 7:30 in the morning, and it was obvious there was something wrong with him. So we asked him what was wrong, and he said about 2 hours ago, something had approached his cabin. Now, I want you got to get the picture. It's an A-frame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's steep all the way from the ground to the top, no windows on the sides, just on the front and the back, and no animal could ever climb up this thing, okay? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
A bear, a dog, a squirrel, even a raccoon could never climb up this metal roof. So he said something came to my cabin a couple of hours ago, and it was scratching and banging up towards the top. He's got a second floor that's kind of a loft in this A-frame cabin, and the noise was up there at least 8 or 10 feet off of the ground where no animal could get, and it was scratching and banging, and it worked its way around, and he could hear it breathing and grunting, and it turned the doorknob and pulled on the door. And he just said, I just laid in bed. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
And
I'm
he
done.
said,
I'm done at that
finally,
point.
Yeah, he said finally it left, and then it came back 30 minutes later with about 3 or 4 friends, he said.
Oh.
And they were all around the cabin, scratching and banging way up high where the loft was, and tapping on the windows, and he could hear them grunting and making noises and turning the doorknob. Something was turning the doorknob.
Wow.
And he came up when they finally went away. He got dressed and came up to the dining hall, and he said, okay, I'm never making fun of anybody again. I don't know what it was, but it's impossible for a bear to reach up that high. So it's something that could reach. So that's probably the closest one we have really experienced here.
When Brett and I were down there last, we got there really late in the evening, and we stopped at the side of the road. We were trying to figure out where we were, and Brett heard something that
I couldn't explain.
Yeah, no.
It was definitely, it sounded like a howl or a call, but it was in the middle of nowhere out there. And again, there's so many things that happen that we can't explain, but we can't really explain it away either. So
now they have no explanation. Troy Hudson, who works with us, who has the Native American Oklahoma, or the Native Oklahoma Bigfoot Research Organization.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of our partners for this. The Bigfoot Festival almost died a couple of years ago, and we formed a new partnership with these different entities to keep it going. It's the same Bigfoot Festival.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just being directed by other people now. And it's got bigger last year, and it's getting bigger this year. Troy was 17 years retired from the United States Navy as a special agent. So, he's been evaluated and everything else, and he's in law enforcement and emergency management in the north side of Texas. They're along the border with Oklahoma. And so he has seen Bigfoot several times. I have no reason not to believe him. My wife and I were coming over the top of the mountain from Talahena one night, fairly late, And we got up to the top of the mountain. There's a flat area up there, and it's kind of straight. And we were going along there, not at a real high rate speed, and something threw a hunk of wood at our car.
Wow.
Now, I don't know what threw it. There were no people out there. A bear can't throw like that. But this thing, we could hear it. You could hear it whizzing. It was coming so fast, and it skipped off the top of our car and went off onto the other side. I don't know what it was. Something strong enough to throw probably a 2 or 3 foot long hunk of log at our car. So, you tell me what it was.
Well, I tell you what it would make me do, not go that way ever again.
Well, we have to.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Southeastern Oklahoma is really kind of a hot spot. Like, it's when people talk Oklahoma Bigfoot, it's southeastern Oklahoma. There's a few legends kind of spread, west and southwest. But why do you think that southeastern Oklahoma seems to be the mecca for this type of activity?
Well, most of Oklahoma is rolling plains. You know that.
Yeah.
You get out way west, and you've got some mountains out there. They're rock kind of covered mountains. But here in the southeast corner, we have the Kiamichi Mountains. They are the tail end of the Ozarks that come down out of Missouri into Arkansas. They turn into the Choctaw Mountains, and then they turn and go east and west into Oklahoma. They go west into Oklahoma. The Kiamichi Mountains are the only mountain range in the United States that runs east and west. And what people do not realize is the Tallahassee Drive from Tallahassee over to Mena, Arkansas, is on the top 25 scenic places to visit in the United States of America.
Especially this time of year.
You've not been,
Especially getting around this time of year.
Yeah, especially when you get into the colors. It's absolutely unbelievable. And you can go all the way from Tallahassee. What they did is they took a bulldozer and they just shaved the top of the mountain off all the way to Mena. And you could actually be in places up on top of this where you can look out both of your car windows, both sides, and you can see straight down the mountain.
Wow.
And of course, they have scenic outlooks and whatever. It's absolutely beautiful. People ought to come. They ought to come and visit. But here's the issue. You can get up at any one of those scenic drive-throughs, especially up when you get to where Queen Wilhelmina Lodge is, which is a wonderful, wonderful park that the state has put there. And you can see for dozens of miles nothing but mountains and trees where probably never a human foot has ever set. And it would not be difficult to hide even the size of a Bigfoot or a Bigfoot clan in these mountains. These mountains used to be where all the lawbreakers came to hide because nobody wanted to come in here and find them. If you watch the Rooster Cogburn True Grit movies or you watch Lonesome Dove, that series, they come across here, Winding Stair Mountain in the Kiamichi Mountains. In fact, the sheriff out of Fort Smith in that Lonesome Dove movies, he comes across here, his deputy, and it's a very dangerous place. We have Robbers Cave State Park where Jesse James and Frank James and the other gangs of his area used to come here and hide. Nobody could find them. Nobody could, and they wouldn't come out if they came in. And there was very little law and order. 3 miles from Christ 40 Acres is a 6-room house that was built by Al Capone back in the 20s.
Really?
That is awesome.
When he was getting too much heat in Chicago, he never came down here. He always went to Hot Springs and stayed at the top floor of the hotel over there. But he sent his men down here to hide out when the heat got on, and they called it the Honobia Hotel. I've interviewed people who worked there.
Oh, that's neat.
It's still in existence, and somebody lives in it, in part of it now. And then when they went back to Chicago, they took truckloads of moonshine out of these mountains back into Chicago. And for years, there's no law, hardly any law here now. If you were to call a sheriff, he's got to come from Poto out here. I mean, we are way out nowhere. The word Kiamichi, the Indian version of it, means go no farther, end of the trail. So people say, well, next time we come through there, we'll stop and see you. You don't come through here, guys.
Right.
You come here and then you back out.
Yeah.
I mean, we are isolated.
Yeah.
When we take a date, we call it a hillbilly date. It takes an hour to get to the closest Walmart and McDonald's. That's a hillbilly date for us.
When we were at the Honobia Bigfoot Fest, that was because we were like, well, because we were staying in I don't know, where were we staying? I can't remember. We were looking for a Walmart.
Yeah.
And it was what?
I thought the nearest one at the time was in Arkansas.
Yeah, it felt like there was nothing.
Yeah. When people drive out here and they go, where's the gas station? I need gas. You passed last gas station about 20 miles ago.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have enough gas to get back, they'll say. So we keep gas here at Christ 40 Acres. So when people drive out here and they can't get back out of here, we can put 5 gallons worth of gas in their car, We are isolated. So it's a great place for Bigfoot. We see bears on a regular basis. We see mountain lions on a regular basis. We even saw, my granddaughter and I, a black panther running around here.
Wild,
But
literally.
when it got in the middle of the road, when it got into the road right in front of our car, from its nose to its tail, it covered the entire 2 lanes. It was huge.
Jeez, that's huge.
And we watched it run away. So you've got this wildlife here. It's an ideal place. And people say, well, why haven't we found the dead carcass? Why haven't we this? Why haven't we that? Well, they've never found the dead carcass of a bear up here, believe it or not. In fact, let me tell you something. I had a great big Pyrenees dog. It's a huge dog. And I was out of town and it died. And so I had some staff and students that were here. We have a school that trains preachers and missionaries here, a small school. And they called and said, well, the dog died. What are we supposed to do? And none of them knew how to run the backhoe to bury it and whatever. And I said, well, just take it, put it in the woods, and when I get home, I'll bury it. So they took it down into the woods, down towards the river. I got home 3 days later. There was not a bone. There was nothing.
Wow.
There was a little bit of hair. There was not a skull. There was not a bone. There was not a skin. There was nothing where they laid that dog.
That's crazy.
So consequently, I'm not to bury it.
So you guys are
the only thing was laying there.
So you guys are in a good spot for a Bigfoot festival. Can you tell us a
No
little bit
question.
about the festival and conference? What people should expect?
Well, the festival's grown over the years, different things. They've tried different things. And of course, this is what we do. We put on events. We have hundreds of people here at a time, sometimes thousands of people here at Christ 40 Acres at a time. Most of those events are obviously church-related and Christian-related events. And so that's the kind of thing we do. So we could see ways where this festival could really be improved. The first thing that we have here is we have vendors. And we had to make more room last year for vendors and had more vendors than they've ever had in history. And this year, we have had to add at least another 25% in outdoor spaces in order to get all the vendors that want to come here. So there's going to be everything here, from freeze-dried candy, to beef jerky, to blankets, anything you could imagine buying on a craft level. Now, we don't have like yard sale junk. We don't have that. But craft type things, anything you can imagine, some of the best quilts that are made, Indian blankets. We reserve an area for all of the Choctaw Indian artists, and they come and make baskets and jewelry and serve Indian food, Native American style food, and that's always wonderful. And then we have food vendors, and I'm going to tell you what, That was one of the problems in the past. There wasn't enough food vendors to get food, and we had 10 food vendors last year. Every one of them, all 9 of the 10 are coming back because they did so well, and there was a huge variety of food. One guy's not coming back, and now he's sorry because he signed up for some other festival. He's got to go to it, but now they're telling him it's the last year, so now he's wanting to know if I can get him back in next year. Well, I already replaced him with a great big barbecue trailer, so I don't know if I can get him back in. And we've had to add additional outdoor camping vendor sites from even last year. So there's going to be tons of vendors here. We have activities for children. We have the kids zone, which we've always had, but now we've built a brand new playground on about 1.5 acres. And so we've got playground equipment. It's all fenced in. It's all adult supervision. And we put 2 big bouncy houses in there for the kids to play in. And since we've started leading the festival, we do that for free. The kids can come and play in there for free. There's no longer a $5 charge. And then we have a big deck on the back of the dining hall where they hold the conference, and there's live music most of the day and tables for dining and all of that. So there's anything that you want to do. We have the conference Saturday and Friday, $10 per person. You pay at the door. There is no charge to come into the campground. We do take donations because the mission here that operates Christ 40 Acres has to pay all the bills, electric bills, water bills, everything else, trash bills. And so we take donations to help cover that. Since we took the leadership last year, we took the cost of the vendors and cut it in the daily cost and cut it in half because we're wanting the vendors to make money. And we're not during the festival to make money for our mission. Right. Money for our mission comes from donations and grants. So we're not doing the festival to make more money for the mission. There is extra money, and we give away camp scholarships for kids to go to summer camp, and we also would give away college scholarships for kids that want to go to college with the extra money from the festival. So it's not a fundraiser for Christ 40 Acres
right.
for our mission that's operated here. So there's all those things. Then at night, we have big campfire. There's hundreds of people, and we have amplified stories where people can tell their Bigfoot stories. And we provide a huge, in fact, we just got done this week cutting down 6 dead trees on the property and splitting that all into firewood, and we pile it right in the middle of the 40 acres here. So when you come here to camp, there's free firewood for you. You don't even have to pay for it.
Wow.
And you can have your campfire and put your tents up. We've got 120 RV sites that have electricity, water. Some of them have electric, water, and sewer. And I think just nearly every one of them is rented at this point. There might be a few, but if you bring a tent, we got all kinds of places for tents for you to camp. The camping is very inexpensive. To throw up a tent's $10.
Artie.
So, most people can afford that.
Just to cut in there for just a second. You just told us the story about your brother in the A-frame cabin, and now you're inviting us to come down there with a tent.
Right.
I don't know that I'm brave enough.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm not brave enough to take you up on a tent site.
Well, I'll tell you, we do have some cabins here. In fact, we got some pretty nice lodges here. The problem is most of them are owned by individuals who put them up here, and we use them. But when we have an event, the people who built them are usually here to use their own cabins. So we don't have any to rent out. We have a really nice seven-room bedroom lodge with a living area and all that, with 7 bathrooms. But most of our security that comes in, people who come into work, security, parking, things like that, they fill up every cabin we've got, as well as we have staff that lives here. We have 5 different families that live here that are on the regular staff here or volunteers that live here full time. So you either have to bring your own motorhome or you've got to bring a tent, because we do have some dormitories that are first come, first served, where you can go and get a bunk in the dormitory.
No. I'm just going to tell you, I'm probably going to just drive into town from the nearest town every chance I can get. I'm not staying in Bigfoot country. I mean, I can't. I've got 2 ex-wives.
Well,
I barely survived.
Nobody's ever been hurt. Listen, nobody's ever been hurt by a Bigfoot.
That's true.
Record. Now, there's one guy up here who said he was kidnapped by a Bigfoot. He said he was kidnapped by a Bigfoot and held as Bigfoot's love slave for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Now, we're not believing that guy. We kind of think he's a little kooky. But,
Yeah, that's some right. That's some of
I
that.
think he's going to be safe. Now, let me just suggest this, if people are listening and they want to know, if you will get online at the Tallahena Chamber of Commerce, it's Tallahena CC, TallahenaCC.com, then you can get a listing of all of the possible cabins, motels, Airbnbs within 35, 40 minutes drive from here.
I do have a question about a business in the area. Last time Brett and I were in the area, we stopped at, I think that it was the Honobia Creek store, and had the absolute best burger
We've ever had.
that we've ever had.
Yeah.
Are they still there, and are they still making burgers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we've got different management of it. The same people still own it, but someone has leased it, and they're doing a wonderful job. And I'm going to work with you on this pronunciation. Honobia.
So it's funny you
You're riding
mentioned,
this mule.
listen, Artie.
You're riding this mule named Nubby. And you'd like to get Nubby to stop, so you would say Honobia.
So let me tell you.
That's pronounced.
Let me tell you a quick story. We were at the Honobia Creek convenience store, Honobia Creek store. And we're sitting there because it's hard to wrap your brain around it not being Honobia. And, a couple of out-of-towners, we're sitting there quietly eating our burger at another picnic table, and these 2 nice young ladies turn around and go, "It's pronounced Honobia." I was like, really? We learned the hard way from the locals how to pronounce, and we're still saying Honobia. So we haven't got. Yeah, we're gonna have to practice it over and over.
In the Choctaw language, IA is pronounced E.
That's
So Honobia, Honobia. No, it's pronounced E, so it's Honobia.
Honobia. Got it. Makes sense now.
And if you live here, it's Honobia.
Well, Artie, I'm sorry we had it was kind of a rocky start to the beginning. What were you going to say, Harley? Oh, but we really appreciate you coming on here. We're glad to see that the festival is back. I know there was kind of a rough run there for a while. It deserves to come back. It deserves to be where it's at. There can't be any other place in Oklahoma or in these parts than Honobia, Oklahoma. So we appreciate you coming to hang out with us, and we're looking forward to the festival.
All right, man. Come on down to see us. And I always like to tell people and try to bring at least 100,000 of your closest friends.
There we go. Sounds like a plan.
Great interview. If you want more information on the Bigfoot Festival, BigfootCapitalEvents.com is the website.
Of course it is.
Artie is a character, for starters.
So I'm going to say something. We can say it now. I was literally ready to throw the computer out the window because you primed him up. You were like, so by the way, you don't talk to somebody that's passionate about what they do and expect them to just stop talking. You literally, what did you say to him? Hey, got a quick question for you, Artie. And he went into, he spilled
some serious tea.
All the tea. All the Honobia tea. Thanks. This was what I was thinking. Honobia.
Nubby.
I have met a few of those. But I'm saying we could have kept all that in.
I don't know.
And just kind of buttoned it. You got to have a little bit of tea. We knew there were some controversy about the Bigfoot conference moving and not coming back and things like that. I mean,
Yeah, well, better luck next year
yeah.
or something along those lines. But after the break, we've got some big news for the Only an OK show. So our partner for today's show is Enid SOS.
With Enid SOS, you're definitely not SOL, right?
Do you think that's their
Really?
slogan?
They should do that. With Enid SOS, you're never SOL. No? I think so.
They are a local non-for-profit providing services to low-income, hungry, and or unsheltered in and around Enid, Oklahoma.
It hasn't been that long ago, probably within the last decade, that I probably could have sought services from Enid SOS.
You would have had to get to Enid first,
Yeah.
and I don't think you had a car.
Dude, hitchhike. I could have hitchhiked to Enid.
Their program, though, works with outreach for food, showers, clothing, shelter, medical needs, and advocacy. Just to name a few of the things that they do, they distribute nutritious meals to those who are struggling to find adequate food, connect individuals to medical services to address health concerns. They provide shelter options for those experiencing homelessness.
Well, you know, the thing that you can do too, if you really want to help, you can also you can donate essentials. You can provide some financial contributions. But the most important thing, what I tell people all the time, the most valuable thing that you can have or that you can give to someone is your time. Time is the only currency we never have enough of. And if you have the time or you have the dime, reach out to Enid SOS.
Their website is enidsos.org. So, Brad.
Yes.
We're going to be at an event.
We're going to an event
this weekend.
This weekend we are doing an event, if you're listening at home right now, it's not this weekend. I hate it. Sometimes I struggle
It is this weekend.
Well, I know, but I struggle with the time travel stuff.
Oh my God.
It is this weekend.
If somebody is listening to this episode of the Only an OK show, it will be on Monday.
I have a hard time doing it like that now. We're live here. We're live there.
So the thing that bothers me about that.
Me or that? What?
About that statement.
Sure.
You worked in radio.
I did work in radio.
How many times did you say, coming up after this, when it was nowhere near when that was going to be this?
Well, okay, there was a lot of that. I did a lot of voice tracking, so it was like I'm sitting at home listening to myself going, coming up after the break, we're going to give you a chance to win those Jason Aldean tickets.
Right.
Yeah, text to win, right? Yeah, I know.
So why is it so much more difficult?
I just have a hard time with it. I don't know why.
You need to start taking like some B12 or something. Your brain is rotting.
My brain is rotten. It's all this damn food I've been eating. But yeah, Saturday, September the 20th, this weekend.
Yes.
It's Founders Day in Nakoma Park.
Yes. And there's a ton of activities. We went last year. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But we're coming back this year.
Dude, double barrel shotgun. Both of these dusty old cowboys are going to be judging barbecue, dude, up high. Okay, man. We've arrived, man.
Yeah, so at the rib burn competition, basically we're going to be eating barbecue
until we can't see straight, brother.
All day long on Saturday.
All day long. Starting at 11.
Yeah. So we cannot get away from barbecue.
No. Barbecue will be the undoing of the Only an OK show.
I'm thinking about just starting to save rib bones, and then I'm just going to build up a mansion out of rib bones.
I feel like barbecue will be the Yoko Ono.
You think it's going to split us up?
It's going to split us up. It's going to tear us up. It's going to tear us apart. But it's definitely going to tear us a new one because we're going to be eating it all day.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But let me give you a tip. I'm giving you fair warning, we're going to talk about it right now. They give you I didn't know anything about judging barbecue. I'd never done it before.
Mm-hmm.
So they give you a sleeve of saltine crackers. Now, I want you to, in your mind, tell me what you think those are for.
Clearing the taste out of your mouth between.
Damn, I thought it was to snack on while I waited for the next thing, or snack on until they started bringing the barbecue out. I didn't know it was a palate cleanse. Them freaking saltines, they stack up real quick in here.
Yeah.
So anyway,
You are ridiculous.
I also have a hard time. They say, come hungry. Why? Because you can't eat it all. Like their first few barbecue items, I ate all of them. It's really hard to put them down. And the other thing is, too, most barbecue's pretty damn good. And if you're in a tournament, you're pretty good. So I had a hell of a time picking best of show and who needed to go. Kind of, I had a hard time with it.
There were a couple of days when we were doing the barbecue tournament of champions where we were doing 2-a-days.
Oh yeah, dude.
And every time that second restaurant that we went to have barbecue, dude, I started like beads of sweat,
dude.
like seeing the sign.
Okay, so for instance, the day we did Blacktop and then Butcher, by the time we got to Butcher, we were cranky.
We were.
If you watch the video of us doing Butcher barbecue, we were like, we're like, come and get it. If you're hungry, come and get it, y'all. Yeah. We were cranky by the time we got. And what we've learned, you buy anybody, if you're out there listening, pro tip, doing food influence stuff, you don't have to eat all of it. You've bought the food.
I understand that, and you can say that all you want.
I'm trying to say it till I sinks in.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, because I've never seen somebody clean their plate more often than I've seen you clean your plate.
Okay, but here's the thing. In the back of my mind, I hear my parents say, long time till breakfast, long time till lunch, long time. Clean your plate. So I clean every plate, including yours, and it makes me sick to my stomach. I've had more dinner dysentery because I didn't want to waste any food. I don't like leftovers.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Which makes it hard to meal prep because I don't like to eat food consecutive days in a row. But yes, we will be judging fairly the barbecue at the Rib Burn.
Yes, and they're not our partner for today's show, but the Nakoma Park Founders Day celebration is a Friends of Nakoma Park activity.
I do want to do a quick shout out to Christy Brewer. She's been kind of a ride or die for us since
Liberty Fireworks.
Christy Brewer from Liberty Fireworks out there in Nakoma Park. She has been a ride or die for us. She invited us to the EOC last year. We're hopefully going again this year. And the thing is, if you think you're going to nail her down and talk to her and say hi, she's buzzing all over the place.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I wanted to just give a quick shout out to her for making these two young men's dreams come true. I'm just saying, we sure appreciate it.
No, but if you want to help out Friends of Nakoma Park,
this is a good way to do it.
A great program. Definitely come out and see us.
Yeah, come out and see us for sure. And yeah, did you tell where to hit them up at? Facebook.com/Friends of Nakoma Park?
I thought I did, but I might have missed it. So we will do it again.
Okay.
You can find them on Facebook at Friends of Nakoma Park.
Well, we're growing.
I'm listening.
We're growing by leaps and bounds. And if you didn't know that, it's because you're not paying attention. And a lot of people got a lot of things to say about us.
They do, and there's something that happened recently.
Mm-hmm.
We did a video, or you did a video,
Yeah.
about how excited you were about judging fair food this year.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a couple of comments on that video.
Yeah.
But I also think that maybe we might take a minute to discuss the actual event of judging food at the fair.
It is a tall order, from what I understand.
From what you understand.
Yeah, from what I understand, judging the fair food is not easy.
You judged the fair food.
I know. I thought we were pretending like I hadn't judged it yet.
No, this is
Okay. This is over. Yes, I will say Robert
Plummer replied to your video
I
saying
bet it's Plumer.
probably not.
Okay.
He said to look for the dilly dog. It's a hollowed out pickle with a hot dog inside that's deep fried like a corn dog. Did you have a dilly dog?
I did have the dilly dog.
And?
I had the dilly dog.
And?
I will say this. It was not my favorite. The problem with it is I like hot dogs. I like hot dogs and kind of like pickles. I do not like them together. Relish I can get with, but I felt like the hot dog in the middle, there's a lot going on. The hot dog in the middle of the thick cut dill pickle, and it's the big one. It's, with Dorito dust on it and deep fried. It was a weird
Combo.
combination. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I'm not saying that someone won't be. Just for my taste, give me a hot dog. In fact, they had a corn dog that was a cheeseburger corn dog. I'm a purist, man. Like, listen, I'm pumpkin spice when it comes to my fair food. I always start the fair with just an OG corn dog.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of a crapshoot of what the palate cleanse is going to be next. But I think the problem with fair food is this. I think what they try to do with fair food is like, we can't, because it's the fair, we have to have a reason we're charging $13 for something in most cases. So we've got to make it
Extra.
We've got to make it extra. Like they have this, it's a Mexican funnel cake. But instead of it being a funnel cake, it's churro.
Okay.
And they kind of weave it around, and it's like a Dubai, and it's like we got a sample size, probably about the size of the top of your Stanley Cup there. But and there's videos coming soon, but like the one that you buy is like 16 ounces. I mean, it's a husky boy. My favorite thing at the whole thing was a jalapeno lemonade.
What was your favorite food item, though?
Favorite food item? Gosh. Dude, some of it was the sweets. Like they had, Cutie Pies had this caramel corn, like mini pie. That the whole thing tasted like caramel corn. Then they had somebody else had I'll have to get the list, but someone else had like a parfait that had chocolate pudding, vanilla pudding, and cookie dough in it. Like, as far as my favorite savory food, they had a sweet tea chicken on a stick that was good.
Yeah.
But something that surprised me, and it was kind of basic, a frozen watermelon piece on a stick.
Batter dipped and deep fried?
No. Was sour, like a sour salt.
Yeah.
Or sour powder or something. From Rush Springs. But they freeze it. So it's and the thing with watermelon is when you freeze it, it's almost like it's a popsicle.
Yeah.
I do wish they would have had like maybe some chamoy and tahini on it to kind of give it a little bit more of a zing. But it was like one of the most basic things they had that was pretty good. There were some duds in there for sure. Like s'mores, boba, not a huge fan. Number one, because I don't like s'mores. and it was piled up with marshmallow.
Mm-hmm.
And see, so many of them, you can probably see this, but the samples were about this big. The one you buy at the stand is this tall.
Yeah.
Like, I only need that much. Because there were some that was just literally just sweet from head to feet. I'm like,
Yeah.
So it's a mixed bag. But like I said, video coming soon. You get to hear all about it. But
we did have another comment on that I wanted to point out.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that this username is Tiki TLC.
Tiki TLC. Okay,
they have been commenting a lot,
really,
over the past few weeks, and
just been hesitating to.
No, but I normally try to theme them or have, a specific reason to discuss a particular comment. But Tiki TLC said they absolutely picked the right guy to judge fair food. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I don't either. What's funny aside was Friday, FRY DAY concessions. If you are at the fair, hear me out. If you're here long enough to hear me say this, Friday concessions is hands down easily top 3 concession stands at the fair.
Really?
Not a question about it. Last year I had a Nashville chicken donut. They had the Nashville chicken with the hot sauce on it and the beautifully moist, and it just, the whole thing melted in your mouth. They had slaw on top.
It sounds good.
Dude, it's off the charts. They served it again today. It's a little bit harder to get the whole grasp of the flavors because they couldn't drench with the sauce, and it was hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew they were there. I went up, and immediately they remembered me from last year because I had said something in the video about not having a knife. So I walk up and I go, "Hey," she goes, "Yep." And guess what? We got good knives this year.
Awesome.
Dude, it's been a year. How many, they're not from here. They're from Dallas. How many events have they gone to? Like, I think it's cool. I don't know. Sue me.
Well, I'm glad that you had a good time.
Yeah.
I think that you should probably go on a fast for the next week.
I'm going to, because I got to go to the fair. I got to go to the fair sometime in the next week.
And we have to do
Oh my
a
gosh.
barbecue judging ship.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you probably just need to not eat.
Yep, you're right. I got to not eat. That's going to be a tough one. But hey, if you're looking to give us feedback, keep it coming, man. We love to hear from you.
Yeah.
We've got some new things we're trying to cook up that isn't necessarily food related. I think people forget that we don't do food. Food gets them in the door, and then we're like, "Hey,
Bigfoot.
And they're like, but hey, we really appreciate you hanging out with us. This has been the Only No Case Show. New stuff all the time, new content every time you turn around. I'm Brett.
And I'm Harley, and we're out of here.
Peace. You are an autonomous object. Whatever that means. I don't remember what autonomy means. What is autonomous? Hang on just a second. I'm trying to get this computer screen. Harley's waving his arms violently. I think a messenger pigeon would probably be faster right now.